All right, fantastic. I guess maybe one more question for both of you in regards to this finale and the show and the series. Um, are you expecting and or are you hoping for another season, another series, whatever? Obi-Wan here. How do you feel about that? What would you like to see?
I got what I needed out of this show. I think that where at least where we see Obi-Wan, I feel like taking him on a different type of adventure. He's right where we need him to be to pick up where the original trilogy starts, and I think that adding anything else in there would start to become more of a challenge. But I do want to see more from other characters. I have, especially this last watch, I'm like, okay, who do we think that we could see in Andor later this year? And I would love to see more of Riva. I would love to see Ice Cube's son back in the game.
Broken.
I had so much fun with his. Yes, so much fun. And kind of seeing other leaders within the movement. I think there's no way that Vivian doesn't come back to play Leia in something or other at some point in her existence, and I'm so excited. I feel like it was, when Carrie, we didn't have a living actress to play Princess Leia, and now we do again. And I think she's just darling. She did such a wonderful job in this, and so I'm very hopeful that we get to see more of Leia's live action story play out, since we have the actor, and then potentially more young Luke at some point, although his story's a little more straight shot at this point, and that's fine.
Hey, I would love to see young Luke, young Biggs, young Fixer just running around. That could be great. Just like 6 episodes at Anchorhead would be great. What I think, and again, right before we recorded, Ewan is on record saying like he would love to come back and do stuff, and like season 2 is a possibility. Kathleen Kennedy has said that, like, if the reception's good, blah blah blah. I've heard that they reshot the Reva ending in case, leave it a little open ended, in case there's a season 2, or in case there's an opportunity for her story to continue in some capacity. What I would love, because as we said, I really feel like the Obi-Wan story is done, right? We know what happens now, and then we see him again, and we see his sacrifice, right? I think in between now and A New Hope, the Obi-Wan doesn't really change, right? His story, his struggle, it's not really going to, it's kind of fixed. What I would love is using these characters that are introduced and either insert them into the shows that are upcoming, right? I think Roken and Andor really makes sense. Or do a show in this world of Kenobi a year later with the Inquisitors, with Vader, maybe with a Tarkin player, right? Something like that, where you're still using everyone. Reva is there, right? You're still using the world that we've kind of gotten used to over the past 6 episodes, but not necessarily using Kenobi as the mechanism. Because I really feel like this was super earned to get him off Tatooine, right? That was the big question. When they announced the show, it was like, why is Kenobi off Tatooine? And it was because of Leia. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. No questions. We got it. But now I really cannot think of another card to pull to get him off planet. So unless it's smaller Tatooine based things, which would be fun, I'd love to see that. But I'm worried that they might get a little too big for their britches and be like, oh, he's on Coruscant, or he's, doing whatever. Could be a little rocky. So we'll see. Again,
I'd still watch it.
Yeah, we'd still wake up and watch it. But I trust the writers. So if there's a season 2, I trust the writers to do a story that makes sense. But right now, I'm very happy with what we have.
Yeah,
and
honestly, if Deborah does it, if we don't trust her at this point, then, if she thinks that she can come up with something that's worth our time, then I have a feeling that she could prove me wrong.
I could not agree more with all of it. I totally agree, because I feel like they went for the most important Obi-Wan story in this first season, So then if it's like, well, everybody loved it and it was really good, let's follow it up with another season. It's like, well, but you already, the thing that otherwise you would build up to, as like the conclusion or whatever, you already kind of tackled it, right? You already went for the most important stuff. And I feel like they put it all out there. They left it all on the table. Like they didn't leave anything on the table, I guess, in terms of like the most important stuff. So he's where he needs to be, as you guys said. So yeah, I'm totally with you. I've seen, actually, just talking to some of my friends, in our Star Wars group chat, like whatever, kind of thing today. It was like two moments. One moment being the Riva leaving the lightsaber there. One of my friends pointed out, like, well, she didn't bury it, right? And we've seen other people. We see Rey bury the lightsabers. We see Obi-Wan, unburying the lightsabers. Like, it seems like if you're really done with the lightsaber, you should bury it, right? So maybe we've got a Riva show coming.
Tatooine.
Yeah, exactly.
Tatooine has just got to be filled with
yeah
abandoned lightsabers at this point.
Yeah, my feeling on that was like, well, we needed both characters there in that moment, and what's she gonna do? Like, pull out a shovel and bury the lightsaber right there? Like, I felt like she's putting the lightsaber down to say, I'm not a threat anymore. I'm not gonna use this weapon anymore. Like, I'm done with who I've been. I'm done with it. And he even says, you get to choose now who you're gonna be. I think a Riva show or a Riva movie or some more Riva content, I feel like totally makes sense. Not that I need, like, not that like the story's not complete, but I think there's directions you could go with her. Or maybe there's more you could do. With Obi-Wan, I feel like I at this point would save him for cameos or save him for a supporting thing, sort of like Qui-Gon was in this show, or like Ahsoka ends up being in a lot of shows, right? Like, she'll pop up from time to time, but her story is not the story that's being focused on. So I feel like that would be the thing to do. I want more Ewan McGregor, but also, like, I don't know if Ewan McGregor can top Ewan McGregor in this series, in this season. He was so good, so good that I'm not sure. Yeah, they did everything. I'm very satisfied. I think one of you said that, right? I'm very satisfied. They gave us what we wanted. I think they really went for it, and so the greedy part of me wants more, but like, I feel like we got it. They actually gave it to us. We got it, right? So